froze. So I'm going to open it again so that I can get to it. Let's try new tuner again. I think I was a bit too quick. Okay, I can actually improve on the power a little bit. Okay, it might be a bit too much. Okay, I've just dropped it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, good morning to you, Gary. Good. Let me just do the clap test.
Get this thing locked. Okay, that should be fine. Hello, Henry. ZD6 Mike Charlie ZD6YI. And very good morning to you. Yeah, I don't know if your things are synchronized, but we can go through that exercise. I just wanted to give you a little bit of streaming so that you can see it's working perfectly now using the ride. And so I'm quite happy with that. I just hope the audio, let me just switch streaming on again. I might have a little bit too little volume, but we'll see in a minute if this makes a difference. Just waiting for it to come on. Oh, I can actually do it here, I think. Or is it scan? No, scan tells me what's on. And volume 80%, yeah, that should be fine. Right, the audio sounds okay from my side. Okay, I'll just keep on streaming. We can play so that I can salt test the stream, make sure that it's all good. Right, where do we start? We can start with the clap test, Henry. And yeah, what camera are you using? Give us a bit of a backdraw there, and then we can see what one can do about getting things tailor fitted like we did on the last computer. ZS6 Mike Charlie to take.
Okay, Gary, good morning to you, and nice to be on frequency this morning. I noticed there is a delay, so we'll have to play around again, as they say. The other thing I can do very quickly is actually switch off OBS and switch it back on again, because I did play around with it. So I'm quite keen to see whether my playing around did anything to it. I've also got headphones on. I'm using the mic on the computer, but I'm using my headphones via another computer, which I'm using for Mini Tuner. So I've got two separate computers. The new one is the one I'm using right now. The camera I'm using is the Hikvision pinhole camera. It's about a 720p camera. That's what it is. So no, sure. The other thing that I noticed, Gary, I've got a problem when I transmit my quick tune on my receiver freezes up. So that's the other problem that I need to deal with very, very quickly and find out what's causing that. But anyway, I've just moved computers away slightly from each other. So I'm not sure what's causing that at the present moment. And there we go. It's much, it just comes and goes. Anyway, back to you, Gary. Good morning to you and good morning to Lorna. Nice to see you on this morning. And by the way, your quality is excellent. Really, your audio is very, very good. And everything is just working extremely well. I'll check on YouTube just now and see how it came out. So back to you, ZS6YI. This is ZS6MC.
Okay, ZD6 Mike Charlie, ZD6YI returning. 100% Henry, I've just played with some lights. By the way, your FEC is wrong. Go to 3/4. So switch on to FEC 3/4. I've got very low light. I'm just testing what happens in the shack when I've got absolutely no light on. I'm just checking the quality of this little Sony. It's not too shabby. There's a little bit of light on from the screen and so forth. But on the next over, I'll just go and switch on the lights. But it seems okay. Yeah, I would, if I were you, try and get an external microphone, and then you go through, and then get a little converter to go from the analog to a USB. Or they're not such good quality, but you can get a condenser mic that goes straight to USB. They're not that expensive, maybe $100. And then you plug that in, and that might give you very good audio. Leon's using a little condenser pellet, just a little pellet. It puts 5-volt in, and I think he just takes a 5-volt straight from the USB 5-volt line, and he used the plug, puts his audio in, and just a little 5-volt to bias the condenser, and away he goes. His audio is good. Frank's using the exact same microphone. Then you just clip it on to your lapel, and it's always with you, you know. Maybe that's an idea. But yeah, we must just set everything up, and then we can get your timing right, etc. I would start with OBS, like we did. Maybe we can go over to the phone. We don't have to do it on the air. But if you are in OBS, let me just get my OBS a bit smaller. You go to Tools, of course, Virtual Cam, and just check what your buffered frames are. You can go 3, 5, it gives you a few more. You've got a fast computer now, so you can handle buffered frames. Put it on 3, which is the normal one. Don't forget, whatever you do on this stuff, you have to exit and come back on, and then it takes it. It's a bit of a slip, but that's the way they wrote the program. But anyway, tell me when you're ready to do the tests. The camera you say you're using, is that, don't you get a camera with that, with the laptop? Look, those little cameras aren't ideal for they're okay if you want to talk to somebody across town, but for high fidelity video, and which we're capable of doing, or a little bit higher fidelity, put it that way, that will be your next thing to get. Is a nice little digital camera, and then and as I said, they're not expensive. You don't have to get super duper thing. You, something like this little Canon, but I've got the one Canon is a HMR 86 or something. That's a newer one. That's the one I'm using now, and the older one I gave you the link, and they work very well actually for our purposes. But anyway, you can see with low light, and it's dark in this shack without the lights on, and it's totally overcast. Right, I'll pass it back to you, then I'll go and switch the lights back on. ZS 6.
Okay, super Gary. There we go. Okay, I changed the FEC to 3/4. So hopefully it's much better now. I just want to. I'm still freezing up for some known reason. My my quick tune seems to be freezing up, and I don't know what's causing that. Just going to do a further test, Gary. Gary, I'll come.